Hello, everyone. We are live on Facebook. This is the Peace and Spirituality Room, and I will hand over the mic to Monica Willard, who is your steward for the Peace and Spirituality Room and for this presentation. Monica?
Thank you, Fumi, for welcoming us so graciously. This is an exciting presentation with flags of the world for the earth. I am so excited to be here with you at this Up Convergence for Peace weekend to begin the celebration of the International Day of Peace. And there's no better way to do it than with visuals, with love, with care, and with a history. So we are so excited to hear about the flags of the world. Welcome everyone to this station, and to those on Facebook, we say hello. And I invite Christopher to share his screen so the presentation can begin. Welcome, Christopher.
Thank you. I will do that.
Hi.
Linda, do you want to say something first?
Actually,
Yes.
Linda's going to be the
Oh,
primary.
I'm sorry. I thought I had the order incorrect. I'm very sorry, Linda.
Okay.
As the founder of the project, I would like to introduce Linda DeHart. Thank you, Linda.
Well, thank you. So, Monica, we have, these are the flags of one family, just to clarify, as opposed to the flags of the world, because we also really appreciate the peace pole and the flag celebration that we have seen at many of these events along the Caravan of Unity. So what we have a slideshow we have that we can go through. That I think that you're muted.
If you would just start as if we have started right from the beginning, and so that you can cut it to right where you want it for your presentation after this event. So Why don't we begin at the beginning again? And I'm going to turn it over to Linda, who is going to talk about the flags of one family on earth. Linda DeHart, thank you for founding such a beautiful art project. Please tell, it's not an art project. It's the flags of one family. Linda, please share this beautiful project and the prayers that it holds.
Thank you, Monica. So the flags of one family are what I call this because that helps to identify the category of this symbol. But when I got the vision in 1984, the vision came through with a clear picture of these flags being held by people all around the world. And I heard the words, "Wings of the Heart, a celebration in the making." And so since 1984, I have been bringing these flags and inviting people to make them and carry them into their world, into their events around the world. And it's been a co-creative project ever since. Right now, we're at this 2020 marker. It's time for the flags of one family to become a part of a global organization. So I'm looking for that organization to take on this project. It's been very uplifting and very it's community based. And so we will go through the presentation so to introduce this to everyone. And I can be available for anybody if they have any ideas on what organization would benefit from taking this project on to bring the flags further out into the world than I can, or the people that I have pulled together and we have co-created all these years. So Chris, I am also introducing my business partner, Chris Grave.
Hi.
This is my business partner in Colors in Motion, where we do audio visual meditations. And he's helping me with the technical on this. And so we, of course, are going to start with the vision at the biggest place. And this is when I saw the Earth from outer space, when I saw those pictures coming back to us humans here on Earth, I just began, I had a big aha. I began to realize that as an artist, I needed to find some way to help people recognize that we were all one family on Earth. And so by asking that question, how can I as an artist do that? And then I would sit, and I sat for a little while, a long time actually, in that question, and arose one day out of the materials that I was using for my other work. I actually saw this vision, and we have brought it, many people and I have brought it out into the world. And I talked with a historian who said that this was a revolutionary idea. And we, at the time, I didn't really think of it as a revolutionary idea, but as I've gone through the years, I realized that yes, we have to expand our thinking as we are evolving as humans. As we did see the Earth, we began to see the Earth from outer space, and now, ironically, it is the COVID-19 that's helping us to fully recognize that we are all interconnected. And so it's time in humanity to create a symbol that is can unify everyone and help us feel our belonging to planet Earth. And my feeling is that from planet Earth, from belonging to planet Earth, we will know what we need to do moving forward to correct systems and situations and our thinking, our overall consciousness, in order to be able to sustain a healthier planet and healthier population, healthier living, everyone. So this was the harmonic convergence at Lake Mohonk in 1987. And this was a silent meditation, walking up the dark side of the mountain at dawn and coming out into the light. And we gave a wonderful prayer for an hour up there, holding these flags and looking out over the wide expanse of valley. So it was a very moving experience, harmonic convergence. This was just one of the events that the flags were part of. And it was like a very unifying time. And of course, we can all look back at history and realize that harmonic convergence was one of the biggest global celebrations. And that was before any internet. And so we have we have to know that it was already in people's hearts to converge and to feel a sense of unity. And so having a symbol has continued to feel an important step. Okay, Chris. Yeah, this is up close. The wind, they dance in the wind. They relate to the environment.
Sorry, I need to just redo the screen share here in a second.
Okay.
One moment. Here we go. Okay.
And this is, I'm sharing several of the celebrations that they have been used in. They can be used indoors or outdoors. This is Jean Houston when she was giving her week-long workshop called The Possible Human. Very appropriate. She just loved being able to integrate them into the story of the possible human. And next. And then this is actually a picture of the very first time they were used at a large family wedding. And it just is they were stuck in the ground here and able to follow the wind, move on the wings on the wind. Okay. And they've also been at The Hague. We have people that traveled with them around the world, and one of the places was at the Peace Conference at The Hague. And this little cluster of baby wings, small wings, is now at the Nicholas Roerich Museum in Moscow. Okay.
This is our video from the Earth Summit. There's some sound to this.
I really enjoyed. I really impressed. Here I found some kind of full of spirit, full of peace of mind, and friendship, harmony, and hope. So I wish you see this kind of spirit keep or spread everywhere.
Eu vou abrir espaço, creio que todos estarão de acordo.
The street children inspired me because they were loving and joyful, even in their need. These children have become symbols of society's indifference. They live on the streets, yet they have the innocence of children everywhere. I brought these delicate celebration flags called Wings of the Heart from Cambridge, Massachusetts, to Rio to help people find their common humanity, their dignity, and then to celebrate together. I was moved to find some way of capturing the innocence of these children, as well as a means to bring their plight to the world's attention.
That's that video. Linda,
Yes.
that's
And
the video.
so, what?
I just wanted to say that was the video's completion.
Yeah. And so they've been used in storytelling when people talk about the darkness and the light. And actually, if it's too dark, you can't see anything. If it's too light, you can't see anything. But that place in the middle where humanity resides is a place where we can tell our stories and be creating our stories as we go. And this is the studio in which the wings were born. The first wings were made at my studio in Watertown, Massachusetts. And these were some of the people that would come together and design ways to use the flags in celebrations for any kind of event. What's wonderful is that they are beautifully neutral. They're universal, so that they can be incorporated into any event. And hopefully, the idea is that the vision of the symbol, whenever people see it, they'll begin to remember that we really are all one family on Earth. And of course, that's part of my prayer all the time. Okay. This is also an event in the greater Boston area in Arlington, Massachusetts. This is one of the Birth 2012 events where hundreds of people gathered, and the flags were an integral part of the uplift and the celebration of people gathering for recognizing that a shift in consciousness was upon us. And little did we know that we would be here experiencing what the shift in consciousness is really looking like. We're in it and we can feel it, and it's not about thinking about it. We're in it now. And it's just it's a measure of the evolution. Okay. Yeah, that was also there. And they were Colors in Motion actually did a beautiful art piece, a 6-minute video called Flags of One Family. And we Chris actually filmed Meg Brooker and Emily Mott at the Noyes School of Rhythm in Portland, Connecticut. And this is on the rhythm ground. This is the flags, and it was inspired by the idea that the flags, or the wings of the heart, or the flags of one family, came to earth, and they were brought by celestial beings. And so that this is an art piece, and a little bit later we can play that. Okay.
This is from the Caravan of Unity, which is going on right now.
Now to begin the march of the flags of one family in the Caravan of Unity, the Earth flag, the Indigenous flag. We go across the street now from the flag ceremony to the Grace Cathedral, where we will begin the musical expression of the Caravan of Unity. May peace prevail on earth.
Peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth.
May peace prevail on earth.
May peace prevail on earth. So it is.
So it is.
Always be.
The Caravan of Unity begins.
That's a wonderful 1 minute capture of the wonderful celebration that launched this caravan. And the flags are actually with the caravan going across the country now and being quietly integrated where it's appropriate into different celebrations, helping to give continuity to the whole of this caravan. And we will be ending up on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. And we are, well, to address this particular slide, this is what I was talking about before, to actually find the right organization to take over the project of the flags of one family. Okay, Chris.
Hmm? That's
Next slide.
That is the final slide. Well, this is
the
final slide.
Oh, okay. So we also were wanting to show our do a little preview of our website, which is called flagsofOneFamily.org, and then open to any questions that might be here.
Let me call that website up. One second.
So this is our website. And I also want to say that everything that we do is a co-creative process. And we have, well, maybe I should let people read this, or maybe I should read it. So we call this a living experience of global oneness, flags that unite rather than divide all people on earth. Many colors and sizes visually depict our diversity, oneness, beauty, and the capacity to harmonize, to harmonize, and helping to make visible the evolving potential of humanity to work together for the good of the whole, which is a phrase that's being used a lot in the caravan. And so these are clips out of our 6-minute creative video from Colors in Motion. And that's another request for our to become a steward. Okay. And then our story. And this is a small clip of the 6-minute video, and I'm wondering if we should go and visit that video when we finish going through our website here. So all of this can be seen on our website with links. And the videos that we just showed earlier are here on the website also. And the stories I've heard from people traveling with the wings or people integrating them into different events, that they're so uplifting. There's just a wonderful archive of stories. And so we invite people to share their stories with us on this website also. And through this format. Okay.
We can go to the video.
Okay.
Let's look here.
This is a 6-minute video, and then we use it as a meditation. So you can enjoy yourself with this, and then we'll come back for conversation.
Oops. Sorry.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome. Okay. Return to the main screen.
So I'd like to be able to see everybody. Hi. Oh, oh, there's Virginia Swain. I thought Monica said that you had another appointment, so I wasn't expecting you. So I'm so glad you're here. You have
I've
seen
been listening the whole time.
Oh, okay.
It's been wonderful. I'm so glad to see everybody's faces. It's part of this. Christopher, Holly, oh my gosh, Wendy. There's Arthur, oh my gosh, hi Arthur. William Kippers, it's been a million years since I've seen William Kipper.
And Bill Kippers. Oh, hi, Bill. You're on mute. Can you, Bill? Can you
Yes,
unmute
there
yourself?
I am.
Hi.
Hi, good to see you, Linda. Good to see you, Virginia.
How
It
are
has been
you?
ages. It's
I
been
know.
many ages.
Ever since Anita died.
So these are all people that have been very close to the Wings of the Heart over the many years. Bill is in California now, but he was also part of everything happening at the studio, as well as Virginia has been. And I think that Monica and Virginia know each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when we brought the wings to the UN celebration, Monica was part of that with the Girl Scouts that she brought. Remember that?
Oh.
Yeah, that was an important day. Can I just say that the historian that you mentioned is my husband?
Yes.
Joseph Barada is my husband, and we made wings for our wedding and for everyone to bring home. And that's when he made that remark that you just quoted.
Yes, yes. You have a revolutionary idea here, is what he said, after understanding what, because Virginia just embraced them from the get-go and started integrating them. And of course, Joseph, being her husband, recognized actually what was happening. And then that's what he said to me. And I didn't know what to do with that phrase way back then. But I just realized that, yeah, it is a revolutionary idea. And it still even seems to be perceived as a revolutionary idea. So that's part of our mission, is to be able to help people understand them and use them as a symbol for, this is the flags of, I have this thing. The flags of one family symbolize all people belonging to the planet, to our planet, consciously working together for the good of the whole. And so I think that we have a core team here that is part of that vision as this co-creative family. Bill, do you have anything to say?
Well, the main thing that I want to say is that I'm so struck by, especially with the video that was just done on the movement, about the flags really show, that video really shows, and the flags are really such a symbol, as wings are themselves, of the constant flow and flux of the human, just like the air currents, on the planet. They are symbolic of the currents. They move with currents. They are the diversity, but there's constant movement. And then when there's stillness, there's stillness. But there's a pickup, and I love the motion of the hands weaving, and very, very, very gently in a circle. And even watching the shoulders, I was all of one piece that was moving. It was all of one piece. And that's what I gather, that's really the Wings of the Heart, that it's all of one piece. And you can say a PIE or PEACE. So that's what really came out through me through the video, and always from the very beginning, the symbol of the wings of the heart, you know, was when it was first established back in the late 80s. So that's what comes up for me. And it was just a delightful video, and the whole presentation has been delightful. So I'm really excited to have been part of this, and know that's history going way, way back, and seeing them stashed in the corner in the back of your studio, and then hauled out for various occasions. And so it's been lovely to see this resurrected in my life. It even brings some of the pieces of my own life back together.
Thank you, Bill. It actually speaks to the continuity and the continuity of people's friendships as we, you know, when we work together. These kind of friendships of working together for anything, any mission, any cause brings people together. And even though years can pass before we make connections, there's that, it's like no time has passed. There's no time in between. It's like all together in this moment. And Bill, so thank you for showing up, because I haven't seen Bill in how many years? Many years. But I reached out to as many people as I had emails for. I reached out to people thinking that they would like to know what's happening right now with the flags. And because they, you know, but I have to do a lot of research to find out emails of these people, because this is all before the World Wide Web. Yeah. And so, and Wendy here is with her 2 children, and she's now up. She's now in, you're in Tennessee right now? She gets
Yes.
around.
We're in Tennessee right now.
Hi.
And that's Will. and they should be wearing their Wings of the Heart t-shirts.
This one has on his t-shirt.
Oh, that's River. Thank you, River, for wearing your t-shirt. Now, because they are making wings, and
Hi,
in
Brother
fact,
Phil.
Yes.
How are you
and
holding
in
up?
fact, wait, is somebody speaking? Okay.
I know.
Hi.
Are you involved?
Hi.
Well, you're involved with so much with this Up Convergence and Peace Weekend.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just lying on
Okay.
my couch right now.
So anyway, okay. So Wendy stepped up to the plate to help make the wings, and to help in the biggest way possible. She made the website for us. She took it from the holding pattern. She took it from the holding pattern to, oh dear, wouldn't you know, the phone is ringing. Oh God. I don't know what to do about that. So, so I'm sorry, I have to start all over again. So Wendy Watkins has when she found out about the convergence, the caravan and all that, she recognized that we needed to have a whole new facelift for our website. So she stepped in to actually make that happen. And of course, Holly here and Chris helped with that. And so it is, again, it's a cooperative effort from so many people who recognize, they see the value of it, of this particular project, and the value of bringing people together. And after this COVID period, I'm sure that we will have many people making wings, coming together and using them in the world. And also after the visibility from the Caravan of Unity, I think that will really help to inspire people to gather the materials and make the wings. And so Marianne, hello.
I have a question.
Yes.
For someone who doesn't know how to sew on a button, how do you make a flag?
Well, this is
Are you going to put a video on the website? It said so. So
yes, we're Wendy is getting to a place where she's going to be able to make a tutorial video of making the flags. And Victoria Bard is not here. She was going to be, but I think she's busy in one of the other rooms helping out. She also has a place here in Beverly that's where we're going to be making wings. And
Okay.
so Marianne, when that happens, we can, when we feel comfortable being together after whenever that is,
yeah.
we will be making wings here in the Boston area at her place up in Beverly.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Because I used to have a very large studio, and that provided a possibility for people to gather, beautiful studio, and make the wings. And even Virginia, even the big halls in churches, we made wings in people's church, in different people's churches. So there are lots of different ways that the materials for the wings can be brought to different places. So it's the idea is to make the wings. It's not, they're not going to be manufactured by a manufacturer.
Right.
And so to answer your question, Marianne, these are plexiglass, 5 different diameters of plexiglass or extruded acrylic rods, clear. They're rods, and so they catch the sunlight and you can see through them. Another symbolic thing of transparency and flexibility. And the fabric is then cut with a hot knife, and it's actually a rectangle, and then you take from one corner to the next and you just cut it. So it's a rectangle, whatever size you want that rectangle to be, and then make that diagonal cut. So it's a 3-point symbol. And then that makes 2 flags or 2 wings. And of course we need 2 wings to fly. And so we always know that there's another one out there that matches this one. That's another symbol of unity. And then you take the hot glue gun and you glue the flag onto the rod. And then you wave it. But
Can I just say, Mike?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh,
go ahead.
I thought you were done. I thought you were done.
Yeah, it's fine.
I just want to tell you how much my grandchildren love them. Every time they come, they go right for the wings. And even my son and daughter-in-law do too. They pick, and this is what I want to emphasize, how important it is for people to claim their souls right now. This is soul work. It's helping people claim the color of their soul. And so when I carried them in airports around the world, I would purposely take them out of the box and carry them loose so people could come up to me and claim their soul color. And it happened all the time where people would just flock to them, families, adults, elders. I mean, it was just such a amazing community builder, global community builder to be a co-creator of this project.
I have to say, this is Chris. My first experience with the wings, they were sort of I'd always seen them in Linda and Arthur's place and found them very beautiful, but never really fully understood what the behavior was with them. And even when we shot at the Rhythm Grounds and started to get the picture with the dancers, it's like, wow, these are really special. But it wasn't until we took them to Birth 2012 at that one event and had them there. And it was exactly what you're saying, Virginia. People selected them and then kind of claimed one and then just played with it all night. And in kind of this harmonic, co-creative way, started dancing with them. And nobody instructed anybody to do that. It was just this reaction to the energy in the room, and everybody just felt they needed needed to be expressive and needed to have joy, and they did. And it was just so exciting to witness that transformation of energy into space, that was completely unscripted and completely unintentional, and yet brought everyone together who was there. And so, I look forward to seeing other moments and times where, and it sounds like when people come to your home, it's the same way. It's this kind of upwelling spirit that flows through them.
That's why I feel I'm a co-creator with spirit, like you just said. It's definitely needs human beings who understand the project. When I was at the Earth Summit and I let them go, I don't know if you saw I wasn't there when you showed that. Did you show the picture of the wings in the whole crowd?
Yes. Yeah, the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a vigil of the world's religions, and what happened is I asked Spirit to let me know if and when the right time to do that would be. And so that's why co-creation is so important. I was listening to my inner voice about when and if to let them go. And it was very clear at the point that I needed to let them go. And I didn't even know if I'd ever get them back. And that wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
It was more the release, but it was, the wings helped us become brother and sister to each other. Everyone danced. People, total strangers were dancing with each other with the wings. It was amazing. And there must have been 40,000 people in that crowd.
Wow. Yeah, it's remarkable.
Yes.
It was so exciting. I'm so glad you shared that footage with us. And it was so special to see that and kind of reawaken that, especially in this moment where we're now seeing them cross the country again. It was so familiar from Birth 2012 to see even that energy in another crowd, and said, yes, they experienced the same thing. Different context, different experience, but same idea. Very special.
So it evokes something deep in a human being. It is, oh no, I've told everybody not to call. So basically, what I want to sum up by saying that one of the beauties of them as a symbol is that they are both personal and individual. Each one is a separate character, has a separate character. So that's the diversity in a whole. Once they come together as a whole, they're both universal and personal. And it's just a very, it's a beautiful, well, this is what's revolutionary about it for a flag. It is just, it means something because the person is hand holding it or standing next to it, as it's, because it can be in the ground or it can be in the corner of your house. There's a relationship that happens with them. And I'm wishing for that to happen for as many people in the world as possible, because I think that it is really a time where we have to really understand that it's time to work together. And one of the deep questions that I've been asking myself is, what is it that keeps us separate? And that is a question that's really guiding my whole future, I think. But because the wings, as I say, the wings, the wings unify as opposed to separate as flags, and that's what called it to my attention. Well, so what is it that's keeping us separate? So basically, we're moving towards unity, but in order to achieve that goal, which many of us are working towards, in order to achieve that goal, we have to look at what's personally and what's collectively or structurally in our governance, and every aspect of our life. We have to say, what's keeping us separate as we work towards unity. And so, as I was asking myself way back in 1984, what is it that I as an artist could do to help make people understand that or give picture to the fact that we are all one family on earth, that question resulted in the flags of one family. Now, the new question right now in our time is, what is it that's keeping us separate as we work to make the changes necessary to bring unity, the unity that we feel in our hearts? So that's the question that is now going to shape my life, the rest of my life, as I keep finding it out. And I can't tell you how many different things have already, since I started asking that question, just even a month ago, I started asking myself that question. Something comes into me and I look at it from a whole different point of view, because I'm asking to be shown what is it that's keeping us separate, and how can we move through that towards what this whole caravan is about, moving us to unity. It's no accident that it's the caravan of unity, and it's the up convergence. Anyway, so I feel very happy that that Flags of One Family is part of this caravan, and I'm hoping that we can get more people interested. It's like I appreciate that people that I know showed up and for this conversation, and that I know these people, every one of us here are in a place to be able to help network it out in meaningful ways. And Monica, do you have anything to say in your response to what you've been hearing?
Well, I have been blessed to know Virginia Swain since your summit, and to have seen and been part of the Flags for One Family. And I know that they're not just beautiful, but that they hold an energy, and they hold that energy of love, not just because of the flags, but because of the wonderful people. And I just want to thank each one of you for being involved and sharing that with others, because it really does bring back very special memories. And I think it's unique, because I don't know how many other people from the caravan have had that experience, and not many since 1992. So thank you, Virginia. And thank you, Linda, for your beautiful creation, and for Christopher for the website. For the wonderful work you've been doing, and Wendy for the website, and for everyone's dedication. It's just amazing. Thank you. And maybe you'd like to spend a little bit more time just talking with one another about the future. You have a few more minutes in the room. Sorry, I was checking the time.
Thank you, Monica. I don't know. Holly disappeared. She did say that she had a meeting, but I was just about to call on her. Anyway, so she's not here, I don't think. Right, she would show up if she is, right? Okay. And Arthur. Arthur, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Arthur.
Hello, everybody. Well, it has been my privilege to be with my beloved wife, Linda, for all these years, and of course also the Wings. And the one thing that hasn't been said that is very important to me is that the Wings are, of course, a work of art, and to me, a very, very beautiful and moving work of art. And it's technically, of course, the fact that they're not, it's not a wooden flagpole, because the wood would distract your attention from the color of the flag itself. And then, Linda, could you say a little bit more about that's my comment, but Linda, can you say a little bit more about the technical side of the artwork that makes it work so well.
Okay, let's see what comes.
Well, the fabric itself.
Oh, okay.
And the flexibility of the poles, I think, is
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so it is the flexibility of the poles, like this is very flexible, and then I'm not going to get up but to get the larger ones, but then there's a hat. This is a 1/4 inch in diameter, and then there's a 1/2 inch in diameter. It goes all the way up to a 1/2 inch in diameter. So that every one of them has a different kind of flexibility. So that's again part of the significance of the symbol. It also is transparent, as I had said before, that you can see through it. It also catches the light. We have, this is specifically Antron nylon, so it has a little sparkle to it. And it's a fabric that's well used and still available after all these years. It's still in the marketplace. And so all of these materials, I just intuited, knowing that this is what it had to be. It had to be lightweight, visually beautiful. It had to interact with nature. It had to interact with the soul of the person holding them or standing next to them. And so I don't know what else to say. Did I miss anything, Arthur?
I think you got it.
Can I just say one more thing?
So is there anything last minute that anybody wants to say?
Virginia's trying to talk, but we can't really hear you, Virginia. I don't know what you're. I
We're
think
not hearing you.
your earplugs might not be in tight or something because we're not hearing you. We can't hear you, Virginia. Oh, you're mute. I'm sorry. Now your earplugs are plugged in and we don't have your microphone. Talk with the earplugs back in. I'm so sorry. Was she mute all along and I just didn't see that? I'm sorry.
No, that was me. Actually, I was trying to just mute and unmute her, thinking that might solve it, but it didn't.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure what is happening there.
We can't hear you, Virginia.
You still can't hear?
Oh, there.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thomas Berry, is the eco-theologian, has inspired me when he said the world needs a soul. And I believe the soul of the world comes from the collective soul of all of us. And so as the wings bring people to understand their own soul and the color of their own soul as they dance and frolic, as my grandchildren do every time they come. And they did at the Earth Summit, you saw that. I don't know if you saw them dancing, but everyone was dancing. And same with The Hague and the UN, all the places that have brought them, everyone starts dancing. And there's something about the celebration that's missing in our lives now that comes from knowing our soul and connecting. One of the things my grandchildren do is they touch each other colors with their, so they're touching the wings to each other. So they're connecting with each other as well. So it's not only finding your own soul, but connecting with another's. So the bigger the celebration gets, the more it happens. And I can't tell you how much the world needs this right now. Well, everyone knows this. Mm. I was just at a UN 75 meeting this morning, and everybody was using their words to say what the world needed. And they forgot that they have an amazing way to experience connection. People forget that, and the words don't do it sometimes.
I have a question for you, Linda. Does Peter have flags, the flags of the one family
yes.
with him?
Yes.
Because I'm going to meet him in New York on the International Day of Peace, and we are going to be outside the UN, and we will be doing Minute of Silence at 11 o'clock. And I think that we will be able to use the flags there outside to do that, or at some point during the day. And it will be in this Zoom link. You can see probably somewhere between 11 and 12, we would have those flags with us, and I'll make it a point that we have them.
Thank you. That would be wonderful. One of the things that has fallen through the cracks at the moment is that at the launch, their roaming camera did not work. So Peter had to improvise. So he took footage with his, he took video with his iPhone and sent it to Chris. And Chris took it and put it together and created that 1-minute clip that we played on here. And it's on our website in case you want to revisit it, Monica. It's also on the Unity Earth overall video thing, but they have not integrated it into the overall video that promotes the launch. So that's what's fallen through the cracks. That 1 minute needs to be in there, and maybe you're in a position to be able to get it in there. I wrote to Ben and asked him for that, but I haven't heard anything back, and I don't know, maybe he's handling it. But I think that that somehow what I've found is people have to experience them in order to really get from their heart what they're about and what they do, the power that they bring to us individually as we see it in a collective. I mean, it just goes beyond so many words. It can't be talked about, actually, the experience. But, you know, Ben has not experienced it, but
Well, we'll
Peter
see.
has.
I will talk with Peter, I promise you. And if he has, we will make it a point to see how we can use the wings at the UN on the International Day of Peace.
Yes,
and that's my commitment to you.
Oh,
And
thank
I
you.
just think that it is a beautiful project, and we just need to kind of wrap up. And I'm wondering whether people want to end with a word of thanks to Linda for this beautiful vision that she has shared to the world. And I just want to say thank you for the inspiration. Maybe
Thank you,
Christopher.
Linda.
And
Thank you for coming, as they say.
Thank you. And thank you, Linda. And Christopher, thank you for putting those videos together. That was really nice. And I know Virginia's already left, but that looked good. And Holly, I know you've been doing a lot of technical support, so thank you. And then, of course, to Unity Peace for giving us the space and room, and for it to be available to people in the future. I think something beautiful has been birthed here, and it's starting to mature now. So thank you.
That's wonderful. I'm going to turn off this recording, and I don't even know that I have the control to turn off the live Facebook, but I want to thank anyone from Facebook and everyone from Facebook who have been watching with us. Blessings to all, and I'm going to close out the live part now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much.
Monica.
Thanks to all.